Hello and welcome to Hexed Encountered. My name is Joe. Today I'm going to be continuing my series on the Valor and Victory game. This is a PC game published by Slitherine Games, developed by Yobowargames, and it was designed and based upon the board game by Barry Doyle. So I've done two previous videos in this series, one on the base game. That one was done using the Pegasus Bridge scenario, which was the British paratroopers attacking a bridge in the pre-dawn hours of D-Day itself, June 6th of 44. The second video I did was on the Arnhem DLC. When I did it, it had not yet been released. As I'm doing this one, it still has not been released, but it is coming out on September 29th of 22. So if you're watching this after that, obviously it's already available. That one I did just a small piece of the Battle of Arnhem, the introductory scenario, basically, where you have some British paratroopers trying to get to the bridge, encountering German defenders, etc. A small fight in Arnhem itself. This game I am going to be showing the first of the DLCs for Valor and Victory. That one was on Stalingrad. So we're going to click New Game here. Move over to our Stalingrad DLC. You get a little brief description here of what the campaign is about, right? Battle of Stalingrad from 23rd of August 1942 to the 2nd of February of 43. Germany and its allies fought the Soviet Union for control of the city of Stalingrad, now Volgograd, in southern Russia. Marked by fierce close-quarters combat, it is one of the bloodiest battles in the history of warfare, with an estimated 2 million total casualties. Very famous battle. I'm sure everybody who is watching this video and has an interest in war games knows about the Battle of Stalingrad. So this is the first DLC that took the game series to the Eastern Front. So we're going to hit next. You get 14 scenarios in this DLC. Variety of topics covering the battle from the very beginning, when the Germans were early in the days of Case Blue, their attack on the city. The initial bridgehead, their first assault, railway station, grain elevator, etc. Through famous pieces of the fight like the Pavlov's house battle, the tractor factory, the Red October works, the beginning of the counterattack, Operation Uranus, the winter storm, Manstein's attempt to relieve the encircled German army in Stalingrad, and then the end at Stalingrad when the Soviets ultimately forced the 6th Army's commander, General Paulus, to surrender. So we are going to actually play the Pavlov's house scenario because it's a famous piece of the battle. I did a video on the Pavlov's house game from Danversing Games, the digital version of that, which was designed by David Thompson and is the first in the Valiant Defense series. And that's a solitaire game covering the battle for Pavlov's house from the Soviet side. So you're defending the apartment building against the Germans. In this game, the base setup for the scenario, if you play it solitaire, is to play as the Germans attacking the apartment building. So basically, it's a different look at it. This is, more wide scale with, other buildings around that January 9th square being involved. There are Soviet units in those buildings, and you're not just playing the Pavlov's house itself. You're not playing just the building. You're playing the area around the building, the square, and the other things in the general vicinity. So it's a different look, but it's also from the German side. So I'm going to play that to get the kind of attacker's viewpoint on this great defensive stand by the defenders of that building that held out for 58 days until they were relieved. So this is a 6-turn scenario. We're going to play as the Axis, the German attackers. The Soviets will be controlled by the AI. It's an objective type scenario, which means we need to capture something. In this case, we need to capture the 2 hexes of the Pavlov's house apartment building and hold it until the last turn. Because the Soviets if we manage to actually capture it, the Soviets are going to counterattack and try to take it back. So you have a description here on the battle. I won't read it out because it's fairly long, and you may have been able to read it while I've been yammering on about the other pieces of this. We're going to look at the Axis order of battle, where we have 9 full squads, 9 full rifle squads, 2 half rifle squads, 2 squads of assault engineers. We have 5 leaders. We have a couple of Panzer IIIJ tanks. We have 4 off-board light artillery barrages available to us throughout the scenario. We can fire on 4 hexes. I'll talk about how that works once we get into the game. We have 8 grenades, 3 MG34s, and a pair of mortar, 5cm mortars. On the Soviet side, they get 5 leaders. They've got 9 full squads of generic rifle, 3 half squads of generic rifle. They've got 4 full squads of the elite guards riflemen, 2 half squads of those elite guards, a couple of Maxim 1910 World War I era machine guns, 7 grenades, a PTRD-41, some anti-tank grenades, a DP 1928, their own trio of 5cm mortars, 2 ZIS-2 57mm guns, and a sniper. Snipers are always interesting, and you'll see that sniper pop up at some point. So we're going to get underway here by clicking start. Axis turn, command phase. We'll zoom out so you can see the whole map. So right here is Pavlov's house. This is the building, the apartment building. Here's the Volga River. We have a couple of kind of rubbled buildings around it, also occupied by Soviet forces. Here we have our German attackers. Starting, basically running along the western edge of January 9th Square here in the middle. Obviously, this creates a very nice open field of fire for the Soviet defenders. They have they have this bracketed basically on 2 sides. They can have some nice wicked crossfire going. For any Germans who are foolhardy enough to venture into this open killing ground here in the middle, I will try not to do that. And so we're just here in the command phase. If you've watched the other 2 videos, you're familiar with what the command phase allows you to do. You can split squads, recombine. You can swap weapons around. You can also lay smoke, fire artillery, call in airstrikes if you have them available. This scenario has light artillery barrages, but no heavy artillery barrages and no airstrikes. You can also check line of sight for various units. If you click this to turn it on, and click a unit, or a hex rather, you can see the line of sight from that hex. So as we can see, Trost here, he has line of sight to the furthest west hex of Pavlov's house, but not the eastern side. Lenson down here can see both hexes of Pavlov's house. Our tank, he can see the first hex of Pavlov's house, as well as this defender over here. And Gruber can see. Most of the Germans can see Pavlov's house, except for this guy over here, but not a whole lot else. So there are definitely going to be units we don't see that the Soviets have. There could be somebody in these 2 hexes here because we have no visibility to it. Or back here in this building, etc., etc. If we don't have visibility on it, we don't know what's in there. We do know what's here, and obviously Pavlov's house, we have visibility. So we're going to turn this off. I'm going to show an artillery strike. So you click it, and then you pick your hex. So these are the available hexes. And again, you have to have a German unit that has line of sight to make that a legitimate target hex. This is all very similar to the way most tactical games do this kind of thing with a barrage. Basically, you need line of sight, you need a spotter, and then you'll have an accuracy roll, which they don't show for some reason. Most of the die rolls in this game actually show up on screen. This one does not. But in reading through the rule book, a 5 or a 6 is a miss. And so you need a 4 or less to actually hit. So these are the available target spots. So if I wanted to say target this gun and rifle half squad here, we click it. And we actually missed, but we hit the unit behind it and pinned it. So it was a miss, but it still worked out because there was a unit behind it. So I'm going to use just that one on this turn, and we'll move on. I'll use the others, later on, particularly if I can spot out something that, maybe makes it worthwhile. I would like to knock this gun out, find the other gun and knock that one out as well, to kind of limit the damage they can do to my precious tanks here, of which I only have 2. All right, so we're going to move to the fire phase now. And here we have, you know, if we look at our forces, we have Trost here. He's got 3 full squads. They're equipped with an MG-34 and a couple of grenades. So they can fire on here. Now he's in a building, gets a +3 to the die roll. That's a 3-column shift to the right rather, which means you need, the way the combat table in this game works, you need to roll on the lower rolls are better. So we're going to add 3 to the die roll essentially, which is going to shift it three rows to the right, and it's going to make it more difficult to do damage, which is what you would expect for people holed up in an apartment building. So we rolled a 3, which is a nice low roll and good enough to inflict some casualties. You see here's the combat table. So it got shifted a net total of 1 because I had a 2. I get 2 for the leadership modifier. They got 3 for the defender in a building. We rolled a 3, got shifted up by 1 to a 4. And then so the die roll is this column, is the columns here. And the rows are based on the firepower of the units that we're firing, which we see up here, which is 15. So 15 in column 4 equals 5 hits. That inflicts 5 casualty points. The casualty points are measured against this number here, which is their casualty point rating. And we can see that we actually eliminated 1 of their units. So we did enough damage to basically make them eliminated. 1 of their 3 guards units was eliminated. So that was a very successful attack in game terms here. Now we can take Lenson and we can fire also. We can actually do both. Now that's a +5 modifier. +5 modifier makes it really difficult to do anything. We do have some good firepower here. It looks like we've got 15 firepower again here because we're not close enough to use the grenades, but we do have the MG-34, which has a range of 6, and our riflemen have a range of 6. So if we count our hexes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're 5 away. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. So this is extreme range for this gun, or these attackers essentially. But let's take another crack. Well, let's hit this guy just so you can see. It's a +5 with -1 for the leadership. So we ended up with, like, this is their line of sight modifier and their defender and building modifier. So that's a +5, 15 firepower. And then we got -1 for the leadership modifier, which is the leadership value of the leader of the unit. So you added those together. We rolled a 6, but we were adding 5 and taking 1 back. So that's a +4. So that 6 becomes a 10. So that's why I said this line of sight modifier is a killer, because otherwise it would have been an 8 and we would have actually pinned them, which is worthwhile. We would have pinned one of their units if we got 1 casualty point. But instead it's a miss. So that was more for demonstration purposes than anything else, just so you could see, kind of get the idea of what that was. So now we have Kleinert here, who has mortars. So I can just kind of come down here and double click this, and they're going to attack because they have line of sight. And we missed. So you can see as a fire support mission, the mortars each had a firepower of 5. So we have 10. We got a -1 and a +3, so we're looking at a +2. So it was 10. There was no impact. Now, if you hit the plus button, you can read about combat resolution, how the combat resolution works. We don't see the table for this one, but it tells you what happened. There was a miss, no casualties were inflicted, etc. So now we have our tank. The tank can also reach out and hit these guys. So we'll take a shot over here. Rolled a 7. It's going to get shifted up by 3, so we got nothing. No damage. Now, we also have a second tank under here that did not fire. Now, with this guy, I could, in theory, move him. So let's look and see if we go here. Let's say, well, we would be here first. None of the Soviets that I can see, at least, can fire at that hex. Here, this guy can fire, but I will probably be out of range, I think. 6. 6 is his longest range. So yeah, we'd be out of range. Well, maybe not. I do have an anti-tank grenade. So that's they could probably fire off at that if we wanted, if they can see it, which they obviously can. Because if I wanted to try to, maybe come around and flank, try and get over here to the side, we could also try to come down, in this direction. And then that opens us up once we hit here. If we go here, we're opened up to this guy. We'd also be opened up to this guy if we were here. That's the thing. These guns have unlimited range. So they can reach across the entire map and hit you. That's definitely something you need to keep in mind. Keep that at the front of your mind when you're talking about doing something like this. So let me turn this off. And I need to decide if I want to go to the movement phase and just move this tank or keep him there. If he's here, he can see them, they can see him. The problem is it's dicey because you don't know if you're going to get hit. These guns are tough, man. They're tough. And they have a second gun somewhere. My guess is somewhere in this area. And from there, well, okay. So we're going to take a crack at this. And this could end up being bad, but we're going to go 1, 2. Now there's their gun. He's firing. He has a 7. So the 2 hit is a 7, and the damage is a 7, and he blew me up. So see, that's what I was talking about, not knowing where that other gun was. So there you have an example of basically a boneheaded move, and why I shouldn't have moved that tank. But some of this is just kind of, exposition to kind of show how things work in this game. So if I don't win this scenario, well, the historical Germans didn't win this scenario either. They didn't actually take Pavlov's house at all. So, well, let's see if we go here. It looks like that's safe. So let's do that. So we'll go here and then into this building. Now we can see that damn gun. But we're going to stop there. And then we'll move. Well, again, let's check. That's safe. So I can probably move my guys here into this area. So yeah, we'll do that. So we're going to move him here and then into this hex. So now we see that they have something here as well, a mortar and a guard unit. Okay, so we're going to go to defensive fire. They're going to fire at us with the units that can actually fire and reach. So they have a mortar attack coming in. They missed, so that's nice. Now they're shooting with infantry. That's going to be a miss. Up here, that might be a hit. Nope, miss. So now we're in the advance and assault phase. So now I can move my units up 1. So I'm going to take my mortar crew. I might be better off actually leaving them there, because if they have line of sight, they can just drop mortars on people's heads. So I'm actually not going to move them up. I will move, well, let's just check this out. Yeah, I'm going to move my assault guys out of this hex to here. So now they're kind of protected because the Russians can't see them here. So the Soviets won't be able to fire on them in that position. So we will go and move on to the Allied turn. So now the Soviets will go. It's their command phase, their fire phase. They rallied their one unit that was pinned. They're firing. They missed. That's a mortar. Mortar fire. Now we got our gun firing an 8, so that's a miss. 6, that's going to be a hit. So they pinned one unit. Now they're in their movement phase. So they may shuffle some guys around here, but they might not. And you can see as they go dim, that means they've looked at them, I think. Oh, they did have a move over here, so we know now that they have somebody here as well. Okay, defensive fire. So Let's drop some mortars on there. No damage. Let's take Trost here and fire as well. An 8, that's going to be a miss. And then we have this guy. He can't see anybody? Really? Oh, they might be out of range. They're out of range because it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're out of range. But our tank can shoot. That's a good roll. So we inflicted some casualties. They're down to 1 full and 1 half squad. So that's the thing. I think that's basically the strategy for this particular scenario is you need to whittle down the defenders. And that's a miss. So that'll be it. These guys have no visibility on anybody, so we're going to move on. So this is their AI advance and assault phase. And now we go back to our turn. So we had a rally here. We're in the command phase. Let's try and hit this gun. And we hit it, and we didn't do any damage. Let's try this one. We hit it and didn't do any damage. Okay. Why not? I'm going to burn it all. Burn it all! Do no damage. Alright, I should have dropped it here actually because they're not in cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we're going to go to the fire phase. And I'll use my mortar. And do no damage again. We'll shoot with our tank. 8, that's going to be nothing. Need low rolls. That's going to be nothing. And actually, let me see. One, 2. 2 for an assault combat move. And then here. Okay. So we're going to go to the movement phase. And I'm going to move here. Then here. Then I'm going to turn assault movement on. So that's 1, 2. This will be 4. And then move. Oh, it won't let me do that. Oh, shoot. Best laid plans of mice and men here. This could end up being ugly because he's got no cover now. I thought I'd be able to move into this house. 1, 2, 4. I don't understand why I couldn't move in here. Oh well. Alright. Live and learn. I didn't realize that wouldn't work. So now let's move our engineers up into here. And stop. And that's it. Now we go to the defensive fire phase. And as I suspected, they're going to hit us because I couldn't get those guys into cover, even though I thought I could. I could not. So that's a miss. That's a miss. That might be a miss. Yep. That's a miss. We got 2 units pinned. I guess I'm not going. I'm just going to leave them there. This is going to be bad, but I don't really have much choice. I'm not going to do any advance. Go to their turn. So now they're going to fire. These guys are in trouble, although that one missed, so that's nice. That's going to be a hit, probably. Yep. Miss. Miss. And another miss. And a miss. Okay. We need these guys to rally so I can move them. Nope. We needed about a 2 to do any damage there. Oh, snake eyes. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Excellent. I have to move some people because I don't have shots. Oh, that's going to be some hits. Yup. All right. Oh, they don't have the range to hit this guy. Of course, they don't really have the range to... Oh, they do. They have support weapons with the range of 6. And we only have grenades, so that's not good. All right, so we are going to move on to their advance and assault phase. All right, Axis turn, command phase. So I don't have anything to do here. We will move on to the fire phase. Now at this point, I know I have to move my mortar crew because they don't have the range to hit. Mortars have a range of 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could reach this hex, as we know, because we hit them on our last turn, but I need to move them up. So they're going to actually have to move, so I'm not going to fire them. I can fire my tank. I don't know that I can hit this guy. It's a +3 modifier, so unlikely to really do much. That's not going to do anything, so that's a miss. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to fire them because I need to move them into a better defensed position. They're not pinned anymore, at least, but they have been mauled pretty nicely. So really, the only one I have that can fire is this one. So I might as well do that. And roll the 4, so that's a good roll. So we did inflict a little damage on them here. So they're down to 1 full squad. So that's all I'm going to do for fire phase. Now we move to the movement phase. So the first thing I want to do is I want to move these guys. Now, these guys have a range of 6 with their machine gun. So they can fire on these guys if I move them. But I don't really have a choice. I have to move them up. Just so they can get close enough to actually shoot back. So we're going to go... Actually, before I do that, if I go here, then the only ones that can actually see... Yeah, he'd be the only one that could fire at me. So we're going to do that. So we're in assault move. We're going to go... We are in assault move, right? Yes. Okay, we're going to go here and here. And then we're going to stop. And they didn't shoot at us, so that's nice. Gonna move my mortar crew here and stop. No, what are we doing? Thank God. What the hell? I didn't want them to... Ugh. I was trying to... Yeah, I clicked here, which was to move them again. So that was dumb. Bad clicking on my part. All right, now let's move these guys and get them the hell out of danger here. So we're going to go here. And of course they rolled something that's going to hit. Damn it. And then here. Okay, so we're in a house. We're good. We're done. Close. He's all by himself. That really sucked, but what are you going to do? All right. I don't know that I'm going to move anybody else. Yeah, because if I move him, he's going to be subjected to op fire anyway, and he can't reach. If he can get here, it looks like he'd actually be... No, he wouldn't. I have range of 8 with that machine gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, I was thinking here, because if we have... We go 1, 2, 4, 6 to be there. They wouldn't be in their line of sight, but they would be in the line of sight of both this gun, this guy. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So they'd be able to reach out with the machine gun and with this gun. Plus, I'd end up putting them here. I don't know, man. Well, you know what? Sometimes you have to live dangerously. I'm going to do this, even though I think this is kind of stupid. We're going to go here, then here, then here. They didn't shoot at us. But that doesn't mean they won't. Coming up. So, but I believe they can't shoot, they can't shoot, they can't shoot, they can't shoot, they can shoot, and they can as well with the machine gun, I think. It has a range of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm more worried about this guy, though, to be honest. All right, so... Gonna hope for the best. That's the end of our turn. We don't have anything else we can do. I'm gonna turn this off and advance. So they're on their defensive phase now, and they are shooting. So I'm guessing it's up here. They fired here. There's the machine gun. Rolled a 7, so that's a miss. 5. Pinned. 9, gonna be a miss. 6, missed. 5, miss. Advance and assault phase. Well, let's see. If we go here, then he's exposed to these 3. If we go here, he's exposed to this. Only this? Okay, that's what we're doing then. Ugh. Damn it. They had mines there. Oh, that's what those... That's what you get for not reviewing all the terrain things there, Joe. All right. Well, we can hopefully still get our guys in here. That's the goal. I'm gonna do that as well. And I think that's it. We're gonna move on. Alright, are they done? 8, that's a mess. That's a mess. Anything else? Alright. What's our most powerful unit? Probably this. Well, I got reduced, so that's a 9. 6, not going to be a mess. Oh, good one. Oh, I guess we can't do it from within a building. That's interesting. Well, that sucks. If I move them here, then they're exposed to this guy, but interesting. But they'd be too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to hit this guy. Okay, so now I know I need to move them probably up here where up in this area. This is, or down, maybe. Trying to, yeah, okay. Well, I learned something there. They don't have a shot at anybody. They can shoot here, but it's not going to do anything because it's just 1. Like, you literally needed to roll really low. Wow. That actually is really, really helpful. From the mortar standpoint, at least. And from this guy's standpoint. It was nice to get lucky there. That's bad. Nothing. And that's going to be all I can do, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's nice. They have a unit here. Alright, Axis turn. We're in turn 4. So we're in our command phase. We don't have any artillery left. So I guess we're just going to move to the fire phase. And we're going to have these guys shoot. See if we can do some damage here. 6. Well, we pinned somebody. Okay, so that's nice to have, I suppose. Yeah, okay. All right, I have an idea. So I'm going to use our tank, and I'm going to shoot at this guy. Oh, we can hit him too. Better odds here. Still need to roll lower than that to do anything, though. Alright, so everybody else I think I'm going to move, so I'm just going to skip to the movement phase. Oh, I could have fired with this guy, but he's... Essentially, he's useless to me now because he's down to just himself. So, we're going to take... and move him in. He's going to get shot up. That's a miss, though. Thank God. Alright. Now... question I don't know the answer to is whether this guy will be able to move in, and he couldn't move in, but I can move him in within the assault phase. Alright, so we're going to move this guy. I don't even think I need to use assault movement for this. Ugh, damn it. Damn it! Man. That's great. Oh boy. Okay, I think that's good. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still, they can drop mortar fire on some of these guys now, so I'm going to leave them there. It's pucker time here because we've taken a beating. Just a matter of time till they knock him out, and that time is now. Only one of them rallied. That was a miss. Another miss. That's a miss. Hopefully this will be a miss. Brutal. Boom. Oh. Nice. Anybody else? No. All right. both rallied, so that's good. Let's see here. I guess I could combine them, but since they both have support weapons, I'm not going to do that. Alright, I don't think I have anything else to do here. I'm going to move on. Fire phase. Ugh, could I roll something better than a 12? And they shot me with a sniper, so sniper is going to get destroyed as well, but damage is done. They killed my unit. Well, they reduced it at least to a half a squad. Yes. Nope. Alright. Oh, we have our tank too. Maybe I should move the tank now that their guns are a little bit less impactful. I'm going to move to the movement phase. Alright, so let's see what we got here. If I go... What does he have? He does have an anti-tank grenade. Who's firing? Oh, that gun. Oh, crap. Damn it. Well, I missed that. Oh, well. Alright. Oh. Low. Oh, come on. Ugh, great. Well, can't do that. Don't want to go there. I'm in a bad spot no matter what I do. Let's go back into this building. boy. That's going to kill him. Nothing. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, last turn, last chance to actually win this thing. So, command phase. I don't know that I really have anything to do here. I mean, things are looking a little dicey, so we're gonna skip through here. And we're in the fire phase, so I can fire these guys here. Maybe if I roll, nope. I was gonna say if I rolled low, I might be able to actually do something there, but I didn't, so I can't. And this will end up being a miss, of course. We can't make it too easy, can we? No. I was going to say that could maybe do something, but no. Well, we can take a crack at it. It's unlikely to do anything. No. Alright, skip to the move phase. We don't have anybody we can move, so I'm going to go to the defensive fire phase. Hope they don't knock too many guys out here so that I can actually do the assault and maybe get where I need to be. Oh, come on. Yeah, we're toast. We're not going to win. That did it. We are not going to win. I mean, I have to do this, even though the odds are going to be bad. And we rolled an 11. Yep, game over right there, my friends. Not even sure why they're continuing to do this. I guess it'll improve their score, but this is a loss. When they pinned these guys, both guys, that basically prevented me from being able to assault. And then, of course, I had to roll an 11 on my assault, which prevented me from knocking him out. I mean, I had 4-to-1 odds there. Ridiculous. Yeah. Not good at all. Terrible. All right, so that will do it. Obviously a disappointing result. Rolled an 11 on that last assault, where if I had rolled maybe like a 7, I would have probably survived and been able to advance and take that other hex and actually win the game. So there you see where it basically default defeat and victory is on a razor thin thing that comes down to 1 die roll, and you roll an 11 of all things. So that's going to do it. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking, sharing, and or subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. And thanks for watching. Until next time, my name is Joe, This has been Hexed Encountered, and always remember, happy gaming.